A conflict erupts without warning. A natural disaster leaves thousands injured and homeless. Airlift is simply the best way to get help to a troubled area with speed, agility, and power. To stop a conflict before it starts, to save lives, to deter aggression, to deliver hope. There are a million reasons. There's only one C-17. In the Cold War days, strategic airlift was the symbol of military power projection. Today, strategic airlift is the symbol of a nation's commitment to international cooperation. No airlifter in the world is a better goodwill ambassador for the nations who fly it than the Boeing C-17. Since the C-17 entered service in 1995, it has become a welcome sight around the world. Military personnel and civilians know that when the C-17 arrives, help arrives with it. The C-17 has a unique mix of capabilities that enables it to react quickly and deliver massive amounts of cargo directly where it's needed. Within minutes, the C-17's cargo bay can be configured to transport almost any piece of U.S. Army mobile equipment, along with construction equipment to rebuild a devastated area. Large vehicles quickly roll on, along with palletized cargo. There's passenger seating for troops and civilians, and medical provisions for people who are ill or injured. Fully loaded, the C-17 flies about 3,000 nautical miles non-stop. In-flight refueling greatly extends flying time and range, giving the C-17 the global reach essential for rapid force projection and timely humanitarian relief. Defensive systems protect the aircraft, crew, and passengers when flying into hostile territory. The C-17 offers many options in the way it delivers cargo. It offloads cargo from the air when it's too dangerous to land or when an airfield is not available. It airdrops heavy equipment weighing up to 60,000 pounds. And it's the only airlifter able to parachute large cargo right into the battlefield or disaster site. The C-17 lands where it's impossible for other large airlifters to operate, on a runway as short as 3,000 feet or an unpaved surface. Once on the ground, the C-17 is extremely agile and requires minimal support. Unlike other large transport aircraft, it can turn around and park without assistance. And while other big airlifters have to kneel down for offloading, the C-17 does not. This saves considerable time when offloading the aircraft and returning it to service. Shortly after the C-17 first entered service in 1995, it flew a major humanitarian mission to aid the victims of Hurricane Marilyn in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Ever since, the C-17 has been proving what a multifunctional airlifter it is, with thousands of different missions to its credit, both at home and abroad. In Bosnia, the C-17 performed many humanitarian missions for the United Nations and transported troops and equipment to strategic locations to support the peacekeeping effort. In Iceland, the C-17 safely delivered Keiko, star of the Free Willy movie, from an Oregon aquarium to his new home in the ocean. In Antarctica, people working at McMurdo Naval Air Station relied on the C-17 to bring them fresh food and scientific equipment. Once again, the C-17 proved that it could operate anywhere, even on an ice runway in one of the harshest climates on Earth. In Afghanistan, C-17 crews have flown hundreds of humanitarian missions, airdropping more than 2.5 million ration packages to refugees. Other C-17 flights delivered troops, supplies, and heavy equipment into Afghanistan's austere airfields to support military operations. In Iraq, the C-17 continues to prove it can deliver cargo under all kinds of difficult and hostile conditions. When it was too dangerous to airdrop troops during the day, the C-17 did it at night. When the airfield was too dangerous for a daytime landing, the C-17 landed in darkness on an unimproved airstrip, leaving behind tons of supplies and equipment. When troops were desperately needed in northern Iraq, It took a fleet of C-17s just 5 nights to deliver a full Army brigade, 400 vehicles, and more than 3 tons of equipment. In Southeast Asia, C-17s from the United States and the United Kingdom were quickly on the ground to help tsunami victims long before other help could arrive. Again, the C-17 demonstrated its ability to fly long distances and land on a badly damaged airfield. Everything in its cargo bay would help. Equipment to purify water, medicine to prevent disease, people to help rescue family members, bulldozers to remove the rubble. Above all, the C-17s of both nations served as a powerful symbol of international cooperation. In its brief operational history, the C-17 has established a new standard of excellence for military and humanitarian airlift. With its huge cargo capacity and global reach, no mission is too difficult, no location is too far away. Nations who fly the C-17 have a powerful tool at their disposal for national interest, for international goodwill. There are a million reasons why. There's only one C-17.